Now listen, ladies, let me tell you something something every woman needs to understand about men. You want to know if a man is crazy about you, watch how he greets you. Not how he talks to you after dinner, not how he behaves in front of his boys. I'm talking about that first moment he sees you. That's when the truth comes out. Men don't fake that first look. That greeting, it speaks louder than flowers, louder than gifts, louder than texts, louder than texts. When a man is truly into a woman, he doesn't need to say it in 1,000 words. His actions do all the talking, especially the way he greets her. See, men are simple when it comes to feelings, even though we try to act tough and mysterious. But the truth is, if a man is crazy about you, that first moment when he sees you tells you everything you need to know. It's not about what he says after dinner, not about the gifts or dates. It's about that raw, unscripted moment when his eyes land on you, and he can't hide the joy you bring just by showing up. That greeting is powerful. It's a mirror to his heart. That's the moment where his emotions come forward, whether he planned to show them or not. You know how some men just toss a lazy hey or what's up your way? That's how he greets people he's just cool with. That's not love. That's not excitement. That's not obsession. But when a man is crazy about you, his entire energy shifts when you walk in. His posture changes. His face lights up, and he's not even aware of it. He could be in a room full of people in the middle of something important. But the moment he sees you, you become the most important thing in his world. He pauses, his eyes linger, his smile stretches, and even his voice changes. That ain't something you can fake. A man who's in love greets you like you're his favorite person. It's not the words, it's the way the words come out. He might say, hey, you, or look at you, or he might not even say anything for a second because he's too busy just looking at you. That silence, that's not awkward. It's full. It's the moment he's soaking you in because he missed you or because you bring him peace. His eyes tell on him. You'll see that softness, that admiration, that quiet excitement. It's like he's greeting someone who carries a piece of his soul. You can't fake that kind of reaction. No man greets just anybody like that. And you'll feel it too. He makes you feel like you matter just by how he says hello. You'll feel like you're not just part of his day. You are the highlight. He gives you that warm energy, that pull. He leans in. He touches your arm. He says your name like it's sacred. He smiles like he's seeing the sun after days of rain. That's the kind of greeting that says everything he hasn't said out loud yet. When a man greets you like that, girl, he's gone. He's invested. That's not a casual connection. That's emotional. That's deep. That's real. And what's more powerful than his words is his consistency. If every time he sees you, he greets you like you're his peace, like you're his joy, then he's not just acting on mood. He's greeting you from a place of love. Even when he's tired, even when he's stressed, even when he's going through something, if he still greets you with that spark, if he still see his shoulders drop in relaxation when he sees you, if he smiles no matter what kind of day he's had, that means you're home to him. That means you're where his heart rests. Men might not say, I love you 100 times, but if he sees you and lights up like Christmas morning, that's love. If his eyes soften and his tone changes, that's love. If he says your name like he's been waiting all day to say it, that's love. And the best part, he might not even realize he's doing it. That's when you really know it's from the heart. When a man doesn't need to put on a show or play it cool. When he can't help but show excitement when he sees you, it's because you've touched something deep in him. That greeting, that's the giveaway. You ever seen a man who's trying to play it cool? He'll keep his tone even, nod his head, maybe throw in a yo. that man's still figuring things out. But a man who's crazy about you doesn't have time for cool. He's in his feelings whether he wants to admit it or not. He'll say things like, "There she go," or "You look beautiful today," before you even said a word. That greeting is personal, it's warm, it's natural. It tells you that he's been thinking about you, that he missed you, that he feels better just seeing you. You don't need a detective to figure it out. That man's heart is showing in his hello. Even in public, when he sees you, he moves toward you without thinking. He wants to be near you. He might reach out to hug you, or he might just look at you a little longer than necessary. He might touch your hair, your hand, your shoulder, something small, but it says, "I need that connection." That's not lust. That's not just wanting your body. That's a man who's emotionally attached. That's a man who's building a bond. Because for a man, a greeting is like an emotional temperature check. And when his greeting is full of warmth, affection, and attentiveness, he's not just being polite. He's showing you who you are to him. And look, ladies, if you're not sure, pay attention to the pattern. Does he greet you like this every time? Even when he's busy, even when he's having a rough day, even when you don't look your best? Because a man who's crazy about you sees past the surface. He sees you. And that greeting becomes a daily reminder that you're loved, appreciated, desired, and important. It's his way of saying, "I see you. I'm glad you're here. You matter to me." So don't ignore it. Don't downplay it. That first moment, that first greeting, it's powerful. That's where his heart speaks the loudest without him even realizing it. When a man is crazy about a woman, it shows before he even opens his mouth. You can read it all over his body language, his eyes, and most importantly, in the way he greets you. A man's greeting may seem like a small thing, but it's actually one of the most honest parts of his behavior. That very first moment he sees you, before he gets a chance to compose himself or put on an act, that's when the truth slips out. When he's in love or falling in love, his reaction will be raw, real, and revealing. That's where his heart speaks loud and clear. A man who's just being polite will give you a polite greeting. A man who's playing it safe will keep it surface level. But a man who's emotionally invested in you, he won't be able to control the way he lights up when he sees you. He might try to hide it, but his smile will give him away. His eyes will linger on you just a second longer. His voice will soften. You'll feel that difference without him saying a word. His entire presence shifts. You can feel his energy welcoming you, craving you, like he's been waiting for you all day and didn't even realize how much until he saw you again. You'll notice that his greeting is always personal. He won't just say, "Hey," like he says to everyone else. He says it like he means it. There's emotion in his tone, weight behind his words. He'll say your name like it's his favorite sound, and when you respond, he'll listen, really listen. He might comment on how you look, how your day must have been, or just tell you how good it is to see you. These things might sound small, but in a man's world, that's a loud declaration of interest. He's not just being friendly, he's being intentional. He's trying to connect. And it's not just what he says, it's how his body follows through. He leans in when he sees you like he wants to be closer. He reaches out, even if it's just for a quick hug or a touch on your back or shoulder. He might not even be aware that he's doing it. That's because deep down he wants to connect with you, not just emotionally, but physically in a respectful, affectionate way. His body moves toward you like he's drawn to you, like your presence is calming, magnetic. That's not something you can fake, and it's not something you do for just anybody. That's reserved for someone special. What's even more telling is how consistent that greeting is. It doesn't matter if he's tired, if he's had a long day, if he's stressed out. When he sees you, that greeting never loses its shine. It might not always be loud or dramatic, but it always carries the same warmth and presence. That's when you know it's coming from a deeper place. That's when you know you're not just someone he talks to. You're someone he looks forward to seeing. You're a bright spot in his day, a source of comfort, someone who makes the world feel a little less heavy just by showing up. He might not tell you everything he feels, but that greeting tells you enough. You'll notice how present he becomes the moment you appear. He puts down his phone. He stops what he's doing. He looks you in the eyes. You feel his focus shift onto you like you've captured all of his attention. That's not infatuation. That's emotional investment. That's him saying, with no words, you matter. When a man is into a woman, the world fades out when she walks in. You won't have to ask how he feels. It's right there in the way he says hello. Some men might try to play it cool. They might try not to show how much they care. But even then, their greeting will give them away. They'll slip up and let their real feelings show for just a second. A smile that's too quick, too real. A compliment that sounds like it's been sitting on their tongue for too long. A hug that lingers. A hesitation before letting go. That's when you know this isn't just casual. That's when you see that this man has deeper feelings than he's letting on. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Sometimes he'll greet you like he's seeing you for the first time all over again. He might say something like, "Damn, you look good," or "Wow, I missed you." These are not rehearsed lines. These are real moments where he's overwhelmed by how you make him feel. You bring out the softer, more vulnerable side of him, the side he usually guards from the world. And he won't do that for just anybody. That vulnerability is a gift. It's a sign that you've touched a place in his heart that most people never get to see. And if he greets you like this, even in front of other people, you got something special, because men are careful with how they show emotions in public. But when he doesn't care who's watching, when he greets you like he means it, no matter where you are, that's him saying, "You're mine, and I'm proud of it." It's not possessive. It's pride. It's appreciation. It's him putting respect and value on your name, your presence, your relationship. That's not something to overlook. That's real love showing through. Even the smallest gestures in his greeting matter. If he's bringing you coffee, opening the door, giving you that extra second of eye contact before speaking, it's all part of the way he's telling you he cares. These little things might seem insignificant, but to a man in love, they're instinctive. He's trying to make you feel appreciated, even if he doesn't always know how to say it out loud. He wants you to feel safe, seen, and wanted. And it all starts with that greeting. So pay attention to the way he says hello. It's not just a casual moment. It's the most honest moment. It's the doorway to how he feels about you. It's full of clues, full of emotion, full of unspoken words. A man who greets you with joy, warmth, affection, and consistency is not confused about you. He's already chosen you. Whether he said it or not, you can feel it in his hello. You can hear it in his tone. You can see it in his eyes. That greeting is where his heart reveals itself. And if he greets you like you're the best part of his day, believe him. Because no man greets someone like that unless he's already halfway in love. When a man is truly into a woman, you don't have to chase signs or decode his every word. You just have to observe the way he reacts to your presence, especially in that very first moment when he sees you. That greeting, that spontaneous, unfiltered reaction when he lays eyes on you is where the truth lives. Men aren't always vocal about their emotions. They don't always express love in long speeches or dramatic gestures. But that initial greeting, that's instinct. That's heart. That's where his real feelings slip through before he even knows it. If he greets you like he's found peace, like he's finally where he wants to be, that's not by accident. That's the reflection of a man who's deeply drawn to you. There's a huge difference between a man who's just being polite and a man who's genuinely happy to see you. Politeness is surface. It's quick, casual, and predictable. But real affection, it shows up in the way his entire face transforms when you walk in. His eyes find you before anyone else in the room. His expression softens like something heavy just lifted off his shoulders. That's the greeting of a man who doesn't just like you, but needs your presence. Like it balances something inside him. His words might be simple, but the emotion behind them is heavy. You might hear, "Hey," or "Look who it is," but his tone says more than his words ever could. It's warm, focused, a little deeper or lighter, but unmistakably sincere. He'll stop what he's doing when you arrive. Even if he's talking to someone, his eyes shift to you. Even if he's busy, his energy moves in your direction. That pause, that shift is telling. It means you've interrupted his moment in the best way possible. That's not something a man does for someone he's indifferent about. That's what happens when your presence feels like a breath of fresh air, when just seeing you reminds him of everything he likes about life. That greeting becomes the most honest sentence he'll speak all day. And the best part? He won't even realize how much he's giving away. Some men are subtle, and they'll try to keep their emotions under wraps. But even then, the greeting changes. It might be quieter, but it's never dull. You'll see it in the way he smiles with just one side of his mouth, like he's holding back but still can't help it. You'll feel it in how his voice dips softer or carries more warmth. You'll catch it in how he leans just a little closer than necessary, or how his hands fidget because he wants to reach for you but doesn't want to be too obvious. These are the signs that he's not just seeing you, he's feeling you. That greeting is his heart peeking through the crack. And let's talk about the way he says your name. When a man is crazy about you, your name rolls off his tongue like a song he enjoys repeating. It's never rushed, it's never careless. It's intentional. Even a simple "hey you" hits differently when it comes with that certain look in his eyes and that rhythm in his voice. That's him letting you know without saying it that you're not just another person. You're his person, the one who matters most in that moment, and you'll feel it in your bones. What makes it even more real is how that greeting stays the same no matter what's going on around him. If he's had a long day, if things are going wrong, if he's stressed out, his hello to you doesn't lose its warmth. That's because his connection to you is deeper than circumstance. You bring him comfort. You make him feel seen. And he greets you like someone who knows that, like someone who needs that energy to reset and recharge. It becomes instinctual. His heart remembers you before his mind even catches up. There's also that physical part of the greeting. It's not always dramatic. Sometimes it's just the way he moves toward you without thinking. The way he reaches out to touch your hand, your back, or wraps you in a hug that lingers just a second longer than usual. That closeness, that's emotion in motion. That's a man who wants to feel connected to you, not just mentally, but physically. Not out of lust, but out of affection. Because for him, being near you feels right, feels safe, feels like home. He might not be the type to say everything he's feeling, but that hello will always give him away. A man can put on a show for the world. He can play it cool in front of his friends. But when he sees you and forgets to act, that's where the truth lives. That greeting is his vulnerability showing up before he has time to hide it. That moment is pure, unguarded, and loaded with emotion. And if you're paying attention, you'll realize just how deeply he cares. He could greet 100 people in a day, but the way he greets you will always be different. And that difference isn't random. It's rooted in feeling. It's shaped by how much he values you, by how much he misses you when you're gone, by how much peace your presence brings. You are the calm in his storm, the light in his tunnel, and that hello says it all. You'll notice that even when he's angry or frustrated, he can't help but soften when you show up. It's love. It's affection. It's emotional connection showing its face. And he greets you like you're the only person that matters at that moment. Believe it, because men don't fake that kind of energy, not for long. That first hello is pure honesty. It's his soul saying, I'm glad you're here. And when a man shows you that repeatedly, consistently, without being asked, he's not confused, he's not unsure, he's already in it, emotionally deeper than he might even admit to himself. All you have to do is watch, because when a man is crazy about you, he greets you like you're his peace, his joy, and his favorite part of the day. When a man is genuinely crazy about a woman, there's one thing he doesn't even realize gives him away every single time: the way he greets her. Before he can think, before he can calculate what to say, before he can even put together a full sentence, his emotions show up first. That moment when he sees her, whether it's been hours, days, or just a short while, that greeting is packed with everything he feels but hasn't said. It doesn't matter how cool or collected he tries to act. If his heart is truly in it, his hello will betray him. You won't have to search for clues or second guess where you stand. It's all in that first few seconds. He might be in the middle of something important, distracted, even surrounded by other people, but the moment you enter his space, his attention shifts. His whole energy changes. He may not say much, but his body reacts. His shoulders drop, his face softens, or his expression lights up. Like he just saw something he loves. You become the center of gravity for that brief moment. His focus lands on you like the rest of the world doesn't matter. You can feel the difference. It's not something you have to guess. It's in the way his eyes find you, the way his mouth curves into a smile without trying, and the way his whole body leans just a little closer, instinctively drawn to your presence. It's not about grand words or dramatic gestures. Sometimes his hello is just a hey, but it's the way he says it that hits differently. His tone is warmer. His pace is slower. It's like he's savoring the moment of being with you again. You might even catch that little sparkle in his eye, that moment of pause before he speaks, as if he's appreciating you quietly. That's not surface level interest. That's someone who's been thinking about you. That's someone who feels better the second he sees you. A man can fake a conversation, fake a compliment, but he can't fake that greeting. It's a reflex. It's honest. It's his feelings, raw and unfiltered. If he's in love or falling in love, his greeting becomes more than a habit. It becomes a ritual. It's something that stays consistent no matter how long you've been together. It doesn't fade with time. It doesn't weaken with routine. If anything, it deepens. He may start to greet you with an embrace that lasts longer, a kiss on the forehead that says more than words, a touch on your waist, your hand, the small of your back. Subtle, respectful, but filled with familiarity and affection. That greeting becomes his way of reconnecting with you every time, as if resetting his emotional compass back to what matters most. And when a man is truly into you, he pays attention even in the details. He might greet you with your favorite nickname, say something small like "you smell good" or "I missed you," without even realizing how meaningful those words are. He's not doing it to impress you. He's doing it because you naturally make him feel good, and he can't help but express it in that first moment. Sometimes he doesn't even say anything. He'll just pull you close or look at you like you're the answer to a question he didn't know he was asking. That kind of greeting is loaded with emotion. It says, "You matter to me. You affect me. I care more than I'm saying." Even when he's in a bad mood, a man who's crazy about you won't greet you the same way he greets everyone else. He may not smile as wide or joke like usual, but you'll still feel his warmth. His tone won't be cold. His words won't be sharp. He'll still reach for you, still look at you in that familiar way, because even on his worst days, you bring comfort. His greeting will still carry a sense of, I'm glad you're here, even if he's too worn out to say it aloud. That kind of consistency, that's rare. That's real. That's emotional depth. Watch how he acts when he hasn't seen you in a while. If he greets you like he couldn't wait to have you near again, if he hugs you tighter, holds on longer, or says it's been too long with genuine emotion, he's not just being kind. He's giving you a glimpse into how much he values your presence. And if he ever greets you with silence, not because he's mad, but because he's overwhelmed to have you in front of him, that's a heart that's already attached. Some men will even get nervous. His greeting might be a little awkward at first, not because he doesn't care, but because he cares too much. He might stumble over his words, say something silly, or give a nervous laugh. That's a man whose feelings are ahead of his confidence. And instead of seeing that as weakness, recognize it as sincerity. That's not a player. That's someone who actually wants to impress you, but is caught off guard by how strongly he feels. And then there's how he greets you around others. If he's proud of you, proud to have you in his life, he won't water down that greeting just because people are watching. He may be more reserved in public, but the affection won't disappear. You'll still get that same smile, that same sense of importance, that same emotional weight. He might touch your hand, guide you with his arm, introduce you with pride, or look at you like you're the one who matters in a room full of people. That greeting becomes a quiet announcement. This is the woman I care about. A man who greets you with joy, with presence, with admiration, is telling you everything you need to know. You don't have to guess how he feels because his hello is full of answers. When you walk into the room and he smiles like it's the first time he's seen you all over again, when his voice gets softer, when his face lights up, that's love speaking before he even says the word. And when he keeps greeting you like that day after day, moment after moment, with the same passion, the same energy, the same warmth, that's when you know he's not just interested. He's already gone.